there's a post that you made, man, and it actually went viral, and I'm not surprised that it did.
Yeah.
I think it was in January 2019. It was the 17th of January.
Yeah.
I commented and shared that post. There's no way that I couldn't, because it resonated with me, and it resonated with a lot of men out there as well.
Yeah.
Just to dive into it, maybe to pick it up right from the top, there was some kind of belief when you went on that, because I've had my own little ghosts where I stood in the corner and I was like, do we as men really have ears out there waiting to listen to us? Because a broken man is the very same man who goes and destroys everything around him, because he is so frustrated and he's had these bad things being bombarded towards him.
Yeah.
And he has no way that he can vent them out to, or talk to, or anyone that's actually going to give him any chance to share that with, because, hey man, we daughter, you need to be strong. Pick your head up and just keep moving. But it's not that easy.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
So what happened? What was that all about?
I think it was a lot, and it's always going to be a lot until we unpack it.
Man.
The issue, I wouldn't say it was my personal cry, but I've always wanna engage with people with as much as what I'm going through, and also have that certain of a connectivity with the next person to say, hey, there's so much that's pressing us down. Yes, we might have strength or be told.
We were told that we have strength.
Exactly.
We were told that we're the heads.
Indo that doesn't do A, B, and C. But the issue is Indo Diakala. But let me tell you why.
Man.
And how. And that's when people don't understand Indo Diakala, but they'll rather blanket it or put a certain flowers on top of it,
so to make it look less ugly.
It looks less ugly.
Yeah.
You and I will know one or two or few guys that are straight up alcoholics,
and they've dived right in. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it doesn't cost a person to have anything trigger that.
Exactly.
It's usually driven in that kind of direction. Yeah.
Funny enough, we're saying Indo Daikali. But what's the Zulu term for alcohol? Inyembezi zafana.
Yay, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
where he lets it all out.
Exactly.
Take something that's just gonna.
As much as I'll say Oscar doesn't cry, but if Oscar dives in and become let's say an alcoholic, it's upuzani. Inyembezi zafana. Literally, there's a way he's transitioning from being himself
to being something that is
exactly
out of touch with reality.
Yes, we're not saying there's anything wrong with alcohol, because everyone at the end of the day, responsibly, when you do it, that's fine. You're within your means and control.
And you know if you know how to control yourself. Right.
But like I said, we've known one or two people that have dived into it, and it's hard to get out.
And we're one of the people who just all of a sudden, so I know this guy was okay.
Yeah.
But it got to a certain point, and as much as people are gonna hate me saying this, it's the truth, and whether we like it or not, marriage is an institution.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
It's a bit touchy, but I guess that's the whole idea of having this conversation.
Yeah.
We've seen, and people will attest to this, we've seen people come into relationships. Let me drop this marriage thing. Let's just talk about relationships.
Yeah.
We've seen people come into relationships with a different character.
Yeah.
I'm getting into this relationship. I'm a right into a relationship. And then we see we see a person lose themselves to a point where he pushes away friends. He doesn't want to be around people.
Yeah.
He stays in his little corner. Yeah. And then maybe he adopts some kind of habit that we know he's not a part of. That's not him. Yeah. But he starts doing this thing, Manje, because he started this new relationship. That's why we can't even come and visit him anymore. What is this thing? What is this new thing that has come in is this possibly where most of the cries come from?
Absolutely. The problem is there's so much that we do not unpack. And so relating to where I posted about men do not have a platform where they are able to release those frustrations,
That's right.
release themselves in such a way that not entirely based on relationships. I could be employed,
Right.
lose my job.
True.
The same guy you just explained that he no longer goes out. He stopped seeing friends as much as often. Yes,
been becoming an introvert, and
I'm
you
all
think.
I'm all for quality time with your partner,
Right.
with your wife, with your your life partner. But where we start losing balance of who we are within
there's
those
something wrong.
relationships, then it messes up with us.
And it ends up messing up that relationship. as well.
Exactly. And then let's say the same guy loses his his job. 3 months down the line, the same person that he spends as much quality time with starts saying, Oscar, the car installment is overdue by 3 months.
But
You haven't worked in the past
But
2
you
months.
know that I don't work.
Exactly.
And just because I'm a man, you're gonna bring that to me. What
Exactly.
am I supposed to do now? I cannot go
Yeah.
outside and start robbing people. I can't do that.
Exactly.
But now you've put that pressure on me right now.
And you find in such instances, maybe your wife was even earning triple that amount.
And she could have covered you.
She could have
during
covered,
this
but,
tough time
but
going
you, with the whole concept of saying, I'm a man, then I'm supposed to provide, you protect that part of your ego and saying, no, babe, I got you a car, or I got us a comfortable family car, I'll pay for it. I'll also pay for a bond. I'll also pay for...
Mind you, you're
for-
doing these things because you want to.
Exactly.
But now you've met a situation that you didn't
Wait.
plan for.
Exactly.
So why is the situation changing? Why am I a bad person all of a sudden? Why are you coming to me and putting the pressure that you're putting to me
Exactly.
when you know that I'm at my lowest?
The problem now is, you see, we've touched on two things. You losing income, you doing things out of love,
That's right.
you providing comfort, because yes, we all want a happy
That's what we were
family.
taught. That's what we were taught works.
You with me?
Yeah.
But now, he has shut out the people that were friends.
That were making him him.
Exactly. So now I cannot say, listen, Oscar, I've lost my job. My car is 3 months behind.
Yeah.
Can you cover at least an installment or two?
But you
while
don't
I
have
do?
those friends anymore. You push them away.
Exactly.
You've lost those friends.
So that's when men get into a space where I can't speak to Oscar now. I've pushed him away because of this relationship. I can't confide into my wife because she's already putting pressure.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I can't even say, go back to my family and say, listen, you know what, we're not all
Because you've got this. And you don't want to let
we're
you cut
not
down.
all trust fund babies who will say, Dad, listen,
What kind of
can
angels
I do-
are- can I-
you with me?
yeah.
So that's what I wanted to dive into, where say, men, we don't have a platform. Unfortunately, we don't. I think we've the past 2 years we've spoken of the whole fictitious, non-existent men's conference. That's
But it's a ghost. It's out there
It's a
somewhere.
ghost.
And,
It's supposed
and
to be
everyone,
happening.
Exactly. Everyone knows that it's non-existent. Even the people that
Exactly.
it's supposed to be against.
it's
They have-
supposed to be happening.
Exactly. And
For-
it's not supposed to be a bad thing, by the way.
Exactly.
So it's not supposed
It's supposed to
to
be
be a bad
happening, and we need it. I
Yeah.
think it's overdue because that's where we will be unpacking
Dude.
such things where we're saying we don't have a platform,
Actually-
and we haven't had the platform.
Dude, guys, it used to happen where you would find a madoda, they would go and sit under a tree.
Yeah.
Actually, more in Makaya these days, I think the real rules you'll
Yeah.
find because you still get that.
Yeah.
Where which one's okay?
Yeah.
Kunesigubhu
Yeah.
samadoda,
Yeah.
kuyohlala phansi kuyodikidwa,
Yeah.
and that's where I think that's how a man could cry.
Yeah.
Where you tell umuntu ongasiduze kwakho owesilisa who's gonna understand you please.
Yeah.
Like hey mfethu uyazi ukuthini ngixakekile naphana kuyashisa.
Yeah.
Akutshele naye ukuthi hey bra nami ngiyadlula
Nasha, nala.
so when libambe kanje.
Yeah.
In today's society, because we've been so isolated, we live with our handsets. It's our
Yeah.
phone, and even our partners, sometimes we don't get to have a relationship with them because,
Yeah.
hi babe, unjani?
Yeah.
Ucofa ifoni yakho, ucofa ifoni yakho, and then,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's the reality that is out there. So,
Yeah.
akukho umuntu ngempela la ozokwazi ukuthi usuke khona. To tell your friend ukuthi ngixakekile la endlini, you might even be risking being a joke.
Exactly.
Because siyakubona lokho kwenzeka
Yeah.
today, a man will go and report a police station ukuthi I'm being assaulted, I'm having these
Yeah.
problems. Right there in the police station, they'll be the first one to say, hey, wena ungazudlala ushaya umfazi.
Exactly.
Phindela endlini.
Yeah.
How are we going to be winning if we make a mockery of ourselves before we could even cry, because here on the little this turmoil, and then this beast that is not supposed to come out.
It's a sad case of events,
man,
and unfortunately it's not going to stop now. As much as we vocal about we being against women abuse and children, we're not fixing the problem.
Because we're not balancing the scale.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, there is no scale. There's just a hook that says you jump from being a boy on the streets, was a class, straight into being a family head
of a house.
Exactly.
And I don't know how to get there.
Exactly. There's this hook that hooked you up straight to your relationship and straight to settling
and then
down.
the standards that are out there, which are enforced by
it's social media, it's friends, and it's whoever. So we're not fixing the issue. If a boy child and a teenager or us as grown-ups have this, we can create this platform where we unpack, like you say, the Makaya, there's that thing where you're spying or wherever, you start knocking around things that you're going through. It can be done even in a modern way.
In the modern
even
society.
on social media.
That are already being
even on
created.
social media.
Exactly.
Even things like your podcast, we can have stuff where we discuss such things and get people to unpack. Unpack. Because the more things pressure you and puts you down, you explode.
And that I've noticed. And we're not trying to be sexist in any way. I really want people to appreciate the fact that we're just voicing out things that are of concern. That people know but rarely talk about. And that's why, that's the whole idea of even having a podcast now. In a calendar of 365, that's just one example. You don't have a lot of days that are dedicated to celebrating a boy, child. Take a boy, child. They can have those little ones, but aliko usuku that is dedicated to just saying, men, we appreciate you. You are really good. Because man, we are busy paying for our forefathers' sins, and I don't know why we're subjected to that. But women were underprivileged at a certain point, and now that it's a new dispensation and people have risen to a certain level, and now we are all free, and we are. Kodwa, we should also be careful that while we try to push the agenda of Mutasfazane and make sure what she gets a reimbursement for back then. So at the same time that while we push this, there's a new boy who has no idea what happened back then, who is exposed to the now, and if he sees #men are trash, if everything about a guy, if everything about a man is negative now, lo omncane ongazi ukwenzakalani shouldn't be made to pay. Ngokuthi yena abe disregarded at all costs, like it's happening right now.
It doesn't make sense.
It's not right either.
It doesn't make sense because exactly what you explained, we can put up so much and expose as much as saying women have rights. Yes, they have rights. They as much capable. We all for that. We all support that. It goes back to what we're saying. There is no balance. We can empower women as much as we can, mentally, financially, physically.
But do not forget the other leg.
Exactly. Because like you say,
you're basically doing exactly what happened before.
Exactly.
It's just that right now you're wearing the other shoe.
And then if we're saying there is no balance, it starts from culture itself.
Man.
Let's not even shy away from that.
Because that's where we lost the plot. That's where we lost the plot in the first place.
Because how culture was set up was half the time, more than half the time, it was benefiting men, and then women felt oppressed.
And even that culture was adopted because that's not how
that's not
African.
But now, with what's happening now, when we bring women up to the scale, they're getting on the scale of saying, I can do this. There's so much energy of saying, I'm here now. But that energy is not sustainable. That energy will suppress the guy child, the boy child.
It does.
It will suppress you because there is no balance.
No, you must get to a point where you end up being confused You go to church, you go to any place, they will tell you and affirm it. And all of that. You take these words and now you're empowered. You've got this thing. I'm the one who has to make some decisions, right?
Yeah.
But go figure a twist manje ukuthi uma wekhaya mhlawumbe she's a CEO.
Yeah.
And whether you work down there and so there's money involved.
Yeah.
So the society is telling me this is how I'm supposed to be. I need to make the decision. I need to implement. I need to pull up the family and make sure everyone is covered for. But my salary doesn't allow for that.
Yeah.
But my wife now, she's got everything in control. And then how am I as a man in that situation supposed to say, hey, again, I'm tired of because you don't have a voice anymore. Now you don't have money.
The problem, like I said, we got women into that pedestal. We're fine. It's okay. I'm all for it. It's beautiful. The problem is what you just explained. Indoda or anything that he goes blah blah blah. You dragging culture.
You're fusing it into the modern.
And you had not done any alterations on the culture
it's
itself.
Raw.
It has saying no mabaso, like anything he
and society is gonna remind you that
exactly
every single time.
Exactly.
Even your partner reminds you guy.
Yeah. The problem is now that's where muscles are gonna be tested.
Goes back to the bank balance.
Exactly. She's earning more. Sometimes she's not even earning more, but her whole aura about her presentation and how she takes care of the house, that on its own can be a decider on who's in control. No one should be in control.
That's right.
It should be a sort of a synergy.
We should be synchronized and work together. Right.
But the problem is, we in a space where we said you don't have a voice as a man. She's in control of everything.
Right.
You dealing with things that we spoke about where we're saying men don't have a platform.
That's right. So you're dying on the inside.
You don't know how the hell
you're gonna come out of this
She's in
mess.
control. But once she figures out Subuti, Oscar is always drunk every weekend. Oscar is always drunk, is with friends.
You're on the downward spiral.
Maybe you finding an escape. It's okay for you.
Takes away the noise and
it's good for you. But who are you living at home every weekend?
Those kids.
Kids are alone. Secondly, do you know when we're running out of bread? Do you know when your wife
You're not even concerned because you've switched that off.
Yeah, the problem is, do you know when they've run out of cooking oil? Exactly. It's 3 in the afternoon already when maybe you at the car wash or you're shooting your wife cannot even say, Mr. Msomi, we've run out of oil and a couple of veggies. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So that's messed up. But all is not lost.
Yeah. Because we need to find a way to just get this thing right. We're not getting it right.
We're not getting it right, but also
we're not. It's creating monsters.
Also, it's the platform that I was talking about.
That's the only way. For now. Go back to the original. Go back to how we used to do things.
As much energy into making sure the boy child grows, knows about where the culture was,
and get rid of these terrible terms that they associate with things. Get rid of that. Because those things go into your head. You end up believing them.
Because in a one-on-one situation where you and your wife, you know how much money we make in a month, who's responsible,
who does this and that.
It's just you and your wife.
Right.
So, not Mabaso is gonna come and say, "Hey, window, don't allow your wife to tell you we buy."
Because if I take that, and it's not the culture that I've introduced in that home,
it's not gonna work.
It's gonna cause problems instead of fixing anything.
It's not gonna work. It's gonna be the same guy that's gonna turn you into a laughing stock.
Yeah, ba. So some shit,
exactly.
Dude. Because it's always the closest ones, eh?
But now, like I said, let's create a culture. Let's have a podium and platform where we're saying, men, it's okay to cry.
Yeah. If you need
sometimes
to talk to
it's
someone,
not even literally.
Yeah.
it's okay to say everything feels heavy right now.
Right.
I need help.
Because we cannot always be
Exactly.
in a
We
trivial
cannot.
mode. It's
Because
cannot.
I will speak on, I don't know, I've shared a lot of my depression journey between 2018 and
I
2019.
picked that up, Mabaso. I did.
I shared a lot of that.
And I saw you
because-
when you came out of it as well.
I shared as much as I could, and I'm still in a space where I'm saying, if someone wants to talk, they can talk.
You need to talk.
I'm not even a professional, but I may know one or two people that can assist.
That's right.
Because it's exactly what we've been talking about. Men are not allowed to vent. Men are not allowed to cry. Men are not allowed to open up
And
because
that's
at
where the
end,
monster starts growing.
I don't care how we try and say maybe open up to your partner. It's okay, but the more we open up between ourselves as men,
Right.
the more we healing the society.
Because they can see that
Exactly.
we are not these bricks that
Yes,
they
I can
think we
speak
are.
to my partner. We have an understanding. It's okay.
It's a pillar line.
Yes. But what about Oscar? What about Mabaso? Wherever
We need
he
a
is?
reference point.
Exactly.
It just
The more it spreads,
Yeah.
and the energy, the correct energy, the correct balance that it spreads.
it's an umbrella kind of healing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it
It's
covers-
healing for everyone.
Dude.
Even if
Ngoba khona ungeza interact uzofunda
exactly.
kuphela.
Yeah.
Kuba ukuthi they know ukuthi I'm going through the
I'm
very
going through the
same
same
thing.
thing. You understand? Maybe we meet at a certain conference, then someone is gonna say, "Okay, I'm not a person that speaks up that much,
Right.
but I'm here to listen. I'm here to absorb. Let me take whatever I've learned and go back home and be a better husband."
And he doesn't even have to be in the same situation.
Exactly.
He is empowering himself with these tools
Exactly.
to know how to handle a situation should he ever come across it.
Exactly. So the same person becomes a better boyfriend, a better partner, a better husband.
And it's a better society
exactly.
eventually.
That's what it is.
Thank you so much. I think that was very important. We needed to cover that because it definitely touches every single person out there. I'm going to get a lot of people that's going to be coming through as well. I'm sure there's going to be some comments, some that are even tested because people are very, they touch it. You touch into these subjects, they stop listening to the whole thing. They look at that one point and like, how dare you? Okay, no, we're not there.
It's fine. No, we're not daring anyone.
Exactly. We honestly,
out,
with all due respect. Now,
Yeah.
going back to Fakhi, because that's where I want us to be. And I'm gonna say this again. Maybe you need to help me.
Yeah.
Is it Fakhi or Fakhi?
It's Fakhi.
Fakhi. So we need to. We
No,
need to,
it's Fakhi. It's actually abbreviated.
right.
The full name, those are abbreviations.
Get out of here.
The full name,
Yeah.
it's Fight Against Killing Honest Intentions. It's Fight
Don't you
Against
dare.
Killing Honest Intentions.
Dude, please say that again.
Fight Against Killing Honest Intentions.
Man.
Mind you, the pronunciation has no vulgar. It's,
Right.
It says fa key.
Right.
It's a key that takes you far.
Dude, you blowing up things
Exactly.
today.
So
I did not see this coming.
It opens
Shut up,
doors.
man.
If you have this key,
Right.
you wanna go far.
Use this key.
Far key. So it's as far as you wanna go. Your honest intentions are gonna get you through in each and every door.
Dude.
That's
you
what
blow
it
my
means.
mind right now. I want to tell you
That's what it
that's the
means.
thing, you just twisted this whole thing because for me, I took the wittiness that you usually exude on social media. You just kill me sometimes. Those little things that you post, but doesn't matter. I thought that you were playing on the word, on the F word, the other word that is supposed to be ugly.
Never.
You're not even close because that is the direct opposite.
Never. You know when you land on the website, the whole description is there.
It breaks it down. How
Once
did
you
do
get
that,
there,
though?
when you land on the website, it says fight against killing honest intentions. It tells
And
you
that's
the whole
the
thing.
whole
Before
thing.
you even start shopping, it's there. It's in your face.
Man, you really did magic with that. I don't know how
Exactly.
and why it came to you, but I really appreciate that you packaged it so nicely. And I think for the first time, even people are going to be now going to be thrown off because I'm definitely one of them. They're going to be like, wow, that's something that we were not waiting for. I did not see that one coming.
I've heard a lot of this because the whole thing, yes, it plays along controversy,
That's right.
but for a sober-minded person, it means a lot.
It's life changing.
It's life changing. It means a lot. And then sometimes, I meet people. Hey, Mr. Fakhi.
Bro, hey, come on.
Hey,
Don't call me that. What are you talking?
I don't even object. It's either I'll respond,
so that we can move on.
We can
with the
move
show.
on,
Yeah.
but I'm not even trying to explain.
I'm not gonna. You cannot explain to every single person out there. You never get to them all.
The person already has a certain perspective, so they
So
right,
that
that's
makes
fine.
you happy. Yeah.
But the day you are prepared to say, let's engage. What exactly does this mean? Then I'm happy.
They
to
get the
engage.
very same reaction that I just
Exactly.
gave you. They're blown away.
Yeah, because even when you land on the website,
It breaks it down
there.
to you.
When you get on our business WhatsApp, where you can also make orders as well.
Right.
On our status, we have a full thing saying "Fight against killing honest
I
intention."
wonder how I missed that. I really
Exactly.
wonder how I missed that. But I like the fact that it's hidden, and when you get to open and see what it is, it becomes this beautiful thing.
Exactly.
It's really crazy, man. Listen, I want us, because we've actually gone on
Yeah.
for quite a while. I don't want to keep you forever. You did say that you're quite busy. There's a way that if I want to go to a store, I'll go to a store and get the stuff that I need. But we've come a long way from that. Today, our stores are on those very same devices that we carry.
Yeah.
People get to Fakhi store,
Yeah.
and how do they get through to Fakhi store? You need to give us our links. And if I need any merchandise, how is
Yeah.
the process? How do I go through that?
It's very straightforward. It's a fully fledged online store, meaning we subscribe to your payment merchants, your Visa, MasterCards, and most popular merchants where you can make payment online.
Dude.
So you land on the page, you see what you like, you click on it, put it on the basket, you make a payment, and then we also get the notification on our side that Oscar has bought A, B, and C.
Create an invoice.
And then it creates an invoice for a customer.
Right.
They make a payment, and it also creates that order for us. Then we pick up. But should anything not be clear, we're more than happy to engage with the customer. Mostly, what we do, we move from whatever emails we get.
Right.
If your number is there, we move to our business WhatsApp where we say, listen, we
directly.
see you've ordered a basketball vest, but you forgot to put a size. So let's say, what will be your
So
size?
you catch up with the client
Exactly.
before the whole thing unravels.
You don't just process things. Then if a customer says, no, I'm looking for a large, okay, fine, we'll get your large sorted out and what's not. Payment done. And then when the parcel is ready, it gets shipped straight to a customer's address.
Dude.
You're not going to go to a postnet, you're not going to wherever where you have. But we also, exactly, we keep those options open just in case it's
more convenient for you as a client.
If a customer says, fine, you can take it to Pep, I'll pick it to Pep, Harding or Fryhead, that's fine, we'll oblige. But moreover, we've partnered up with a courier guy who picks our...
And obviously that's mainstream, so I guess that makes even the deliveries
They
efficient.
cover almost the entire South Africa and neighboring countries as well. So what happens is, once the order is ready, we book in for shipping. They come and pick up from our home-based shop. Then it gets straight to the customer.
Man. The convenience of it.
It's straightforward. And also, like I said, we are subscribed to also the code of conduct on online shopping.
That's
like
right.
any other
retail that is already using the same facilities.
There's a return policy as well. Which makes it easier if you say, no, I ordered a medium, but it's a bit tight. No, return it to us.
Dude, this is all kind of professional. There's
exactly. Yeah, because
there's nothing that is not on the clear.
We are abided by those rules of running an online store.
And that's why you're still on the platform.
Exactly.
Otherwise they'll kick you out.
Exactly, because 106, but the quality has to be from the experience that the customer gets.
From the cotton itself,
exactly,
all the way to the point where a person is wearing the garment. Man.
And it also includes the communication, because the order doesn't start when the customer starts paying. It starts when a person sees something that they like, they want to buy, and they engage.
You're already engaging with the person for the fact that they just show
interest.
So because communication will actually win win you people over. Yeah.
Obviously, it's not gonna be smooth sailing all the time because there's that saying the customer is king. Obviously, the customer is king.
It counts.
However,
let's not get
let's not get too excited because, like I said, there are rules, there
policies
are policies that guide the business. Because you'll sometimes get someone saying, it's been 7 days, I haven't received my parcel, blah blah blah. But it's already there where I said it's gonna take 7 to 10 working days.
It's in the process.
It's within,
and that happens with every other. That's not exclusive to Fakhi. This happens with every.
So it's within the days where we say we're gonna deliver the product,
and you still deliver it.
Exactly. So sometimes people will get upset. No, because it's my money. I want A, B, and C. Yes.
No, customers will always get a rush, but that's quite a natural thing. You get very excited when you say, I know, because sometimes I order CDs online. You wait, man.
Yeah.
And that COVID period was a bit crazy because no matter you're given this KPI, it's going to arrive within so many days.
Yeah.
What's always that feel like you're like, oh man, what the hell is happening? Did I actually press the right button when I put that basket shop? You cannot overcome those things. And they're normal in any retail that uses those facilities.
Yeah.
So that's definitely not.
Because I think at some point we're not even allowed to ship anything except essential things. So
it froze everything.
Exactly.
So we're coming from that club. Anyway. No, I mean, I do understand. But just to wrap it up, I want to say, really, what you've done is really amazing. I know, Wuti, the clothing brand is just amazing because it's, like you said, it's already touched across borders and overseas, actually. So that's just amazing. And we want more of that. What is going to happen now is because people always have to feed into the idea, show support, show some love. What you can do is throw those little fingers, which is called liking and loving, and all those emojis. It's perfect, but we want the content to be shared so that it reaches the maximum number of people, so that they understand what actually a black child can do magic with those hands and the head of his. You know what I'm saying? So Head Honcho, we really appreciate the fact that Fakhi concept stores came through today, and we do have Nb Mabaso, that is Brightsoul, Rain. And the next time that you come through, bro, because we have a lot to talk about. Especially, I want us to go back to that topic that we had. We think we need to just dive in a bit deep into that. But we want to see her. We'll definitely appreciate having her around because you're always together, and we want to see that love and affection come through even here in the studio. So how do people get through like social links to follow and to see the merchandise that you have?
On Instagram with at Fakhi Concept Store, and then on Facebook it's a page. It's a Fakhi Concept Store.
Right.
And then on Twitter, it's at DHM_SA. That's one of the brands, so that I studied earlier. It still links to it. But if you search for Fakhi Concept Store,
you land
on Twitter, you land right at it. And then for our online store, it's World Wide Web .fakhistore.co.za.
Straightforward as the name is.
It's FAKHISTORE.co.za. And then also you can also make purchases via our WhatsApp line, which is on 078 00 88 738 078 00 88 738. We're more than happy to assist on any of the platforms. The shop actually it almost runs 24 hours because it's online. It's an online store. But if we're not online, obviously, the next time we are online, we reply to every message or all
instantly
in all these platforms.
Beautiful stuff, man. Bruh, I really want to appreciate the fact that you took your time and came to give us a little bit of understanding and what it is actually that you do as Fakhi Concept. I know this brand is going to go big. It is already big. And we celebrate that as in Ndlemnyama. It's just commendable, bro. Just keep it strong. And thank you again for coming through.
No, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chief.